You say there's nothing good in this bill for working class and poor people. There's no taxes. There's no taxes. So SS, tips and overtime is good. I can't believe the Dems didn't run on something like that. Dude, I'm sorry to report this to you, but if you were already working in the service sector and there are no taxes on your tips, you already are not eligible for a tax break anyway. You are not making enough for a tax break, okay? You are probably getting a tax return at the tax season. Most of these people, they're not already getting a major tax break here, okay? There are some who get a modest amount back. There are, like, if you're a firefighter and your job relies on a lot of overtime, okay? If you're a firefighter and your job, you get a lot of overtime, like you can make like $1,000 a year back. The no tax on tips is literally just a deductible of up to $25,000. So yes, you're correct. Not only that, but also they are going to go away. You know what's not going away though? The tax cuts for the super wealthy that were made permanent. Those no tax on tips, they're going away by, I think, 2028, right? Like that's also slated to sunset. Not only is it not unlimited, it's there's a $25,000 cap, and most of the people in the service sector or in gig economy jobs are not even going to be able to get to a level where they benefit from this tax cut. There are some people who will, but a much smaller percentage of the overall labor force are actually going to even be able to take advantage of this. There's also a cap on it. And I mean, you're talking about like 1% within the entire fucking labor force in this country at that point. And everybody thinks they're going to benefit from it. I don't know why. I don't know how they just like fell for this bullshit. Also, Kamala Harris did run on no tax on tips as well. And it's temporary. This is just giving handouts to cops, okay? You know the only sector that actually makes high enough that they would actually see this as a tax cut because they do a lot of overtime? Aside from firefighters, it's cops. Cops are the only people who benefit from this bill. Cops love spamming overtime, and firefighters too. Firefighters do as well. Okay, but like people out here really think this is a great. This is a great opportunity. We're going to make so much money. It's like, no, it's just they have to be making enough that that they were already paying more taxes. Most people with all of their tips don't even reach that threshold to pay taxes on this stuff anyway. That's not true, man. I work in construction, lots of overtime. Good luck, brother. Yeah, if you make under $51,000 a year, you will actually pay more in taxes. Also, the cutoff for the no tax on tips is $25,000. Wait, you know this bill sucks, so why are you glazing it? You said there's nothing good in this bill for working class / poor people. The no taxes on tips and overtimes is good. Overtime is good. I can't believe Dems didn't run on something like that. Overtime taxes are huge. Social Security should not be taxed at all. That's a decent amount of money. It's smart politics and actually helps people. American brain, dude. American brain is always tax cuts are the only way to help the working class. No, dog. You know the best way to help the working class? You know what is the best way to help the working class? Taxing the rich, okay? Keeping taxes stable for the working class in general, and then having a fuck ton of amenities and a fuck ton of social safety nets for everybody. That's how you're supposed to help the working class. But because most Americans, regardless of what their class position is and regardless of what their ideological tendencies are so understandably frustrated with the government that they just see taxes as this antagonistic. They have an antagonistic relationship with the government and they have an antagonistic relationship with the taxes because they just see it as like the government stealing their money so they can give it to baby murder machines that are used in Israel, okay? Most people go, why the fuck am I giving money to the government? I don't see anything in return. But Social Security and tax on 60 hours of work a week, not taxing those is a great way to show people you support the working class. Yes, dude, you're right. Donald Trump supports the working class. He really showed it. Social Security isn't taxed until $25,000 a year. The average Social Security recipient makes $20,000 a year. It is a wholesale lie. Do you think some salaried employees might change to hourly so they can get a lot of overtime and avoid taxes on it? Trump says the Republican mega bill will eliminate taxes on Social Security. It does not. President Donald Trump keeps saying that Republicans' mega tax and spending cut legislation will eliminate taxes on federal and Social Security benefits. It does not. At best, Trump's no tax on Social Security claim exaggerates the benefits to seniors if either the House or Senate pass proposals signed into law. Trump has repeatedly told voters during his 2024 campaign that he would eliminate taxes on Social Security. As his massive legislative package has moved through Congress, the Republican president has claimed that that's what the bill would do. Trump has said on a recent appearance on Fox News' Sunday Morning Features that the bill includes no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime. Instead of eliminating the tax, the Senate and House have each passed their own versions of a temporary tax deduction for seniors age 65 and over, which applies to all income, not just Social Security. And it turns out not all Social Security beneficiaries will be able to claim the deduction. Those who won't be able to do so include the lowest income seniors who already don't pay tax on Social Security, those who choose to claim their benefits before they reach the age 65, and those above a defined income threshold. The Senate proposal includes a temporary $6,000 deduction for seniors over the age of 65, contrasted with the House proposal, which includes a temporary deduction of $4,000. The Senate proposal approved Tuesday would eliminate Social Security tax liability for seniors with an adjusted gross incomes of $75,000 or less, or $150,000 if filing as a married couple. If passed into law, the tax deduction would last 4 years from 2025 to 2029. The deductions phase out as the income increases. Touting a new Council of Economic Advisors analysis, the White House said Tuesday that 88% of all seniors who receive Social Security will pay no tax on their Social Security benefits, going on to say that the Senate proposal's $6,000 senior deduction is estimated to benefit 33.9 million seniors, including seniors not claiming Social Security. The deduction yields an average increase in after-tax income of $670 per senior who benefits from it. Garrett Watson, director of the policy analysis of the Tax Foundation think tank, said conflating the tax deduction with a claim that there will be no tax on Social Security could end up confusing and angering a lot of seniors who will expect to pay no taxes or expected not to pay taxes on their Social Security benefits. While the deduction does provide some relief for seniors, it is far from completely repealing the tax on their benefits. But the problem is there's lots of MAGA people. Here is lots of MAGA people are so poor they will cheer on $5 extra for themselves and not care about billionaires because they got the $5 extra. You're just describing stupidity. And I'm trying to explain to people that it is stupidity. If you're receiving $5 back on your take-home pay, while billionaires are receiving $5 million back, okay, at a time when they're already paying a tremendously minor fucking part of their yearly net worth increase in the form of taxes, their yearly real income, okay, their effective tax rate is literally, depending on how wealthy they are, it goes all the way down to like 0.1%, as opposed to someone like you in the working class, you're paying around 37 to 50, maybe even 60% of your yearly income. And then on top of that, the rest goes directly into existing and surviving and living and paying rent and paying for groceries. You have no money left. Okay? People just don't understand it. They don't realize. They're like, oh, well, I got $5 back. This is great. Okay. Well, the wealthiest in society are getting millions of dollars back. They should be paying more. If I were to ask those very same people, like, do you think they should be taxed at a similar rate? You would say yes. And for the poorest Americans, okay, for the poorest Americans in the working class, they unironically actually get fucked over. Not only are they not seeing a tax decrease at all, okay, they're also losing their benefits. They're losing the things that taxes are paying for. So you're actually losing money. If you are above the top 20% threshold, if you're making over $200,000 a year or more, there will be some either modest, if you're closer to the $200,000 level, you will see some modest benefits from this. And the higher you go up the $217,000 line, it's not even $200,000, it's $217,000, the top 20% of wealth, which is experiencing 60% of all of the tax cuts from this bill. Okay. The higher you go from the $217,000 line, the more the benefits are, the more bountiful the benefits are. Okay. Everything below that line is not even seeing anything. And there's past the point of there's a point that you go beneath. If you go beneath like $55,000 a year, for example, you are actually seeing decreased benefits. Like it fucks you. It directly fucks you. When did these cuts go into effect? Don't worry, after the midterms. The Republicans designed the bill in a way where the impact can only be seen after the midterm elections. So fear not. They are trying to avoid experiencing some kind of backlash.